This presentation provides an overview of the Victorian Auditor-General's report Managing School Infrastructure. High-quality, well-maintained 21st century facilities are important for supporting educational outcomes, ensuring the health and safety of students, staff and visitors, and saving money on maintenance in the long term. The Department of Education and Training, or DET, is responsible for establishing and maintaining Victoria's 1,544 government schools. DET's property portfolio, including classrooms and sports, arts and physical activity spaces, makes up 16% of the value of Victoria's state-owned assets. DET assessed the condition of these assets in 2012. It found that 68% of building elements were rated at or above a good condition. However, it found that 1/3 of building elements required repairs or replacement, and calculated a maintenance backlog of $420 million. We have previously found significant gaps in DET's planning for and management of government school assets. This audit aimed to determine whether gaps have been addressed. DET's management of school assets has been subject to considerable scrutiny since 2012. DET has made considerable progress since then in addressing the identified issues. DET has developed a long-term asset strategy, which now includes performance measures. It is also rolling out a set of asset management reforms which we assessed as sound. DET has been proactive in addressing the backlog of maintenance identified in 2012. It is working with schools to improve their individual asset management planning and is effectively planning for the growing demand for new school places. Although DET is on the right path with its asset management reforms, the scale of this work is significant and not yet complete. 3 areas of weakness remain that DET will need to address. The first weakness is that DET does not hold schools to account for maintaining their assets. This is because the roles and responsibilities for assets are unclear, and because DET has no oversight of the maintenance activities of schools and how they spend funds allocated to them. This gap compromises DET's ability to provide assurance of the assets under its control. The second weakness is that due to the annual allocation of school funding, DET is not able to provide the funding certainty required by schools to develop 5-year asset maintenance plans. DET is also not able to provide the funding certainty required by local governments to enable them to strategically plan for and co-invest in multi-use, shared or co-located facilities. Local governments have their own 4-year planning and budgeting cycles. However, the annual state budget announcements typically limit the opportunity for DET and local governments to work together on the design of facilities to 3 to 6 months. The third weakness is that school maintenance continues to be funded at levels below industry standards, meaning schools will continue to postpone much-needed repairs and maintenance backlogs will continue to grow. The government provides annual funding for maintenance to DET. A DET assessment found that annual maintenance investments of 2 to 4% of the asset replacement value are typical for similar assets. However, Victoria's historical investment in school maintenance has consistently been between 0.6 and 1.2%. We made 7 recommendations to DET, that it complete the reforms underway, clarify accountability arrangements and hold schools to account, establish a monitoring and evaluation framework, work with planning partners to strategically plan and design multi-use, shared and co-located facilities before new schools are funded through state budgets, and develop an investment strategy to optimise maintenance over the entire asset life. For new schools, we recommended that DET test the accuracy of its provision planning forecasting and establish guidelines to inform its decisions for managing changing enrolments in established areas. All recommendations have been accepted. For further information, please see the full report of this audit on our website, www.audit.vic.gov.au.